Hello everyone. I hope you're all having a great day. My name is Khirl Baldado, and this presentation is all about my report on ecosystem. All living things are included in an ecosystem, like plants, animals, and all living things. They are in a specific area or ecosystem and are collaborating with each other, as well as their non-viable environment, which include the weather, sunlight, climate, soil, and the air or atmosphere around them. The biosphere is the foundation for ecosystems. Thus, the ecosystem is the smallest unit of the biosphere that possesses all of the characteristics required to sustain life. Ecosystems include ponds, streams, deserts, grasslands, and so on. Different organisms play various roles and functions in order to keep the biosphere running. The biosphere is the part of the earth where living things thrive and live. It is the portion of the planet that can sustain life. Some contribute to the production of oxygen, while others consume it to survive. Some die and decay so that the others can absorb the nutrition and feed on them. Here, we will be talking about net primary productivity or NPP and the nutrient cycle within and among the ecosystem. Let's first understand what's productivity and the different types of productivity. Then, we'll move ahead and try to decipher the meaning and the differences between NPP and GPP. First, we have productivity. It is an abbreviation for the rate of biomass, generation or energy, addition or carbon, fixation or organic matter addition. Next, we have primary productivity. It is an abbreviation for the production of biomass from inorganic molecules. In this case, the primary conversion is from inorganic minerals to organic biomass. This duty is performed by the autotrophs of the ecosystem. Next is the secondary productivity. It is an abbreviation for the production of biomass from organic molecules. The main conversion in this case is of organic molecules to another form of organic molecules. Next is the gross primary productivity. Stands for all of the carbon fixed by the ecosystem's primary producers. Example is the main product of photosynthesis. Lastly, the net primary productivity. It is defined as the difference between the energy fixed by the autotrophs and the energy fixed by the respiration. It is the rate at which an ecosystem accumulates energy or biomass, excluding the energy it uses for the process of respiration. Now, as you have become familiar with the NPP meaning, what is NPP, and the importance of net primary production, let's move ahead and learn the net primary productivity formula. It can be calculated by subtracting the respiratory rate or the RR from the gross primary production or the GPP. This formula associates GPP to NPP, while also accounting for the metabolic and respiratory losses of autotrophs or the producers. Generally, NPP is calculated and measured at the level or scale of ecosystem and over relatively longer frames or intervals of time such as years. There are many factors on which NPP depends like. First is the sunlight, or the light and energy that comes from the sun. Humidity, or a quantity representing the amount of water vapor in the atmosphere or in a gas. Temperature, or the degree or intensity of heat present in a substance or object. Nutrient availability, or the available source of nutrients for plant growth. Precipitation, or any liquid or frozen water that forms in the atmosphere and falls back to the earth. Climate, the weather conditions that prevail in a given area in general or over a long period of time. And lastly, plant species and management, a grouping of related organisms constituting a systematic unit, occupying a relatively constant place in nature and fulfilling its function in the universal biological metabolism. Let's move on to nutrient cycle within and among ecosystems. But first, what is nutrient cycle? The movement and exchange of inorganic and organic matter back into the production of material is referred to as a nutrient cycle. It is a cycle in which a specific nutrient or element moves from the environment to one or more organisms and then back to the environment. And now, let me explain to you the nutrient cycle. The Earth's supply of inorganic nutrients seems to be limited, and these inorganic chemicals are constantly recycled through the ecosystem. We have here the autotrophs, also known as primary producers, such as plants and algae, obtain inorganic nutrients from soil, water, and air and convert them into organic material to aid in their growth. Heterotrophs, also known as consumers, ingest these organic materials when they eat plants and other primary producers, or even when they eat animals that eat the primary producers. When plants and animals die, organisms such as saprotrophics decompose their remains, and detritivores feed on their fecal matter and fragmented remains. This causes the material to decompose, releasing the free inorganic material into the soil. Rainwater enters the soil to be used, as well as inorganic molecules from the rocky subsoil, which break down over time and add nutrients to the soil. This inorganic material in the soil is now available for use by autotrophs such as plants, and the nutrient cycle continues. Nutrient cycles restore ecosystems to an equilibrium state and thus play an important role in maintaining ecosystem function. All organisms, living and non-living, are interdependent. The flow of nutrients connects living organisms with non-living organisms in nutrient cycles. Nutrient cycles allow for the storage of elements, which is important because some organisms require only a small amount of a specific nutrient to survive. Elements in a nutrient cycle are stored in their natural reservoir and are only released in appropriate quantities to different organisms. And that will be all about my report on net primary productivity and nutrient cycle within and among ecosystem. Once again, this is Khirl of Baldado, a mass communication student of Negros Oriental State University. I hope you learned something in this video. Thank you for watching and have a good day.